Hey, so what we have next is the numerology guidance cards. I should say what we have next are the numerology guidance cards. So this I've used a couple of times. I've used it in a couple of readings on my channel as well. And basically, yeah, it's an oracle deck. There are 44 cards, which is pretty standard for an oracle deck. I'm just going to show you the back. There's also a guidebook that has some detailed information. So this is the back. Oh, excuse me. This is the back of the deck. And I'm going to give you an example of some of the cards. So this is one of the cards, Surrender. You have Follow Your Dreams, number 85. A lot of sacred geometry imagery as well. This one says Nature, number 74. This is Parenting, number 63. Very colorful as well. If you're into numerology or angel numbers, things like that. Perseverance, number 4. Okay, I guess this one wanted to show itself. Abundance, 88. Number 6 is Love. That's an interesting color to use for love. Number 5, Change. And number 1, New Beginnings. Oops, a little glossy, so hopefully you can see it. All right, so let's just take a look at the guidebook real quick. So this is the guidebook as well. So again, these decks are going to be available on my Etsy page. They are some that are gently used or might not have been used at all. Just stuff that I don't really connect to the decks anymore. And if you do use cards in your personal life, or even if you have your own channel, or if you do readings, private readings for people, you know that if you don't really connect to a deck anymore, then there's really no sense in holding on to it. I've used, as I mentioned, this deck a few times in my personal life and a few times in the readings that I have posted on my channel, but I could probably count how many times, maybe been like 5 or 6, like not really a lot. So this is very gently used. Let's just see as an example. So we have number 8, Manifestation. This has been a big theme in my life, so no wonder it popped up. Let's just to give you an idea, essentially, of what's written in here. So there's an affirmation for manifestation. It says, I use my thoughts to make my dreams come true. So that's just kind of like an idea of what you can get in here. Like, it does go in further depth about it. Like, just to give you an example, it says, this card indicates a need to acknowledge the power of your mind and your ability to manifest your desires. So if you were to, let's say, pull a card, so Perseverance, number 4, let's see what that says. So this card indicates a time to keep moving forward as you strive to achieve your hopes and dreams, because despite your current challenges, success is well within your reach. And the affirmation is, with perseverance and persistence, I create an exceptional life. So this again is the guidebook. So as I mentioned, again, these decks that I'm showing on in this video are going to be available on my Etsy page, on my Etsy shop, I should say, as they are decks that I no longer use or I haven't used in quite some time. They're very gently used. I try to keep my decks as together as possible. This hair, man. All right, so on to the next deck. Hey, welcome to the next deck. So we're on to the next deck. This is the Archetype Cards. There are actually 80 cards in this deck. This deck as well will be available on my Etsy shop. This is a deck that honestly I think I've used once on my channel and maybe once in my personal pullings, my personal reads for myself. It was just not something I was really connecting to myself. unfortunately, because I really wanted this deck for so long. And when I finally got it, it just was a bit of a challenge for me, just to be completely honest. So I just wanted to give you a little view of the cards and the guidebook. So, and just a little example as well. So here is, I'm trying to see what's up right here. So this is the artwork on the back of the cards. It's glossy, as you can see. Just a couple of examples of some of the cards. So the one on the bottom here is Femme Fatale. So it gives you the light attributes, and I think it says dark, shadow attributes. So I'll just give this one a little quick read. So this one says the light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Look at a few more cards. We have Teacher. Says the light attribute, ability to communicate, acknowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. The shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits, and destructive skills. And we have the Student. So here's the Student. And the light attributes are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. And the shadow attributes, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Okay, I guess this one wanted to come out. Pioneer. Here's the card. And the light attribute is passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And the shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. Let's just do one more. Rebel. This is the card. It's kind of glossy, so I can't really tell if it's going to show up that way. There we go. Apologize if the other cards didn't show up clearly. So the light attribute is challenges authority to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. The shadow attributes rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. So those are a couple examples of the deck. It's actually quite big. It can be, I guess, not really too hard to shuffle, but yeah, I was having some challenges. So this wanted to come out, I guess, the Engineer. This says light attributes, ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas, and shadow attribute, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. All right, so those are some of the cards. Now there's also a guidebook as well. Oh, I forgot to mention. There are actually some, I don't know if I can find them here right now, but there are actually some blank cards that allows you to create your own archetypes. I think they're here. 1 second. Here we go. So it comes with, how many are these? 1, 2, 3. There's 6. 6 blank cards where you can actually create your own archetype. So if there's anything that you come across in your readings or even in your personal life, if you choose to use this for your personal use, you can just create your own archetypes and you have that option. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So here's the guidebook that goes into further detail about the cards. As per usual with guidebooks, it gives you like spread ideas. Just to give an example of one. Let me see. That's an interesting one. So this one says bully, coward. So should be evaluated by far more than whether you bully people. Symbolically, we bully our spirits into backing down from challenges. Beneath the bully lurks the coward, which the bully masks. Shadow bully always gives into fear by lashing out. Honestly assess whether you have a lifelong pattern of bullying others to cover your own fear. So that's like an idea of kind of this sort of information that it provides. I'm just seeing if there's any spreads here. This is pretty detailed, so it kind of just gives like more of a background on the archetypes and determining your archetype. Yeah. So again, this will be available on my Etsy shop. As I mentioned, it has been very, very gently used. And there's a couple others that will be there. Timestamps are in the description if you're coming from my Etsy shop. So if there's a particular deck that you're interested in, then you can just hit the timestamp and go right there and take a look at it to see if it's something that you want or will fit in your life or in your readings, or if you do personal readings for people, how that will work out for you. So thank you for tuning in, and on to the next deck. Okay, so we have another deck, and this one is just called the Oracle card deck. And it says, tune into the magic. So this is, this one's just pretty straightforward. There's no frills to it really. Just one of those days, I guess. So I'm just going to give you a look at the artwork on the back of the cards, and then give you a look at some of the cards as well. So this is a very simple deck. I didn't buy this where I would normally get my decks from. I have gotten some good use out of it. It's still in very good condition. Let's just take a look at some of the cards. So this is the Ankh. We'll just take a look at what it says here. It says, the Ankh represents the key to all hidden knowledge. The loop symbolizes the eternal soul as it has no beginning or end. Let's grab another one. The Moon. So here's a card. Again, very simple artwork. It's not too, no frills. So this one says, escape from the black cloud that surrounds you. Then you will see your own light as radiant as the full moon. Let's grab one more. So this is the Elephant. This one actually, I think, made an appearance in one of the readings that I did on my channel. Use your sense of empathy to iron out differences in your family or in your personal and professional relationships. Actually, maybe it didn't, because I would have remembered that. The Lion. I don't know why I just grabbed that one, but let's see. Believe in your own power. So this comes with just like a little instructional sheet that I never actually even opened. This is the first time I'm opening it. So it just comes with instructions. Let's see if there's anything that I can mention that how it might be useful. Ooh. So it's actually telling you how to prepare your deck, how to shuffle your deck, how to choose your cards and interpret the messages. So again, very simple, no frills. It's not like the other decks where there's like, a whole guidebook or anything like that. This as well will be available on my Etsy shop. It's just a deck that I don't really connect with anymore. I haven't used in a long time, and I want to find it a home. So if you're interested, it will be on my Etsy shop. And again, the descriptions will be below. Any of the decks that you see posted on my Etsy shop, they will be, I guess, just kind of giving like a little preview in a video, just to kind of give you guys an idea so you know what you're purchasing. And some people usually do flip throughs. I didn't want to make it that long and do like a whole entire flip through, but just to kind of give you guys an idea of what the decks look like, to see if you connect with them, so you can do that before you make your purchase. On to the next deck. Okay, so on to the next deck. This is the Stellar Visions Oracle, your guide to astrological and mystic power. It's a 53 card deck, Oracle deck, and there's a guidebook as well. These cards are massive. Just to let you know ahead of time, these cards are massive. So as I said, this will be available on my Etsy shop for sale. They are very, very gently used, if not used at all. But they're just decks that I have not connected with, or when I actually purchased them, opened them up, gave them a shuffle, tried to use them, I just was not connecting with it. And if you do any readings yourself, any personal readings or readings for anyone else, you know what that feels like when you don't really connect with a deck. It's hard to really give the messages or really even interpret the messages, especially if you read intuitively. So this is a beautiful depiction of astrology, and this is the artwork on the back of the cards. So just to give you an idea of what some of the cards look like, so we'll just start with the one at the bottom, the 10th house, career. So as you can see, it gives you, I guess, the Roman numeral. It gives you obviously what house it is and what house that what the house represents. So let's check for another one here. So we have new moon, beginnings. And what else do we have? Virgo, discerning. So it gives you the symbol, not the symbol, what is it called again? The, oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is it? The constellation, yes, for Virgo. And also the symbol. And what else? Yeah. There you go. Very beautiful artwork. Some of these, again, like I hate parting with them, but to be completely honest, if it's not connecting with me or if I find it a little difficult to work with, then there's really no sense in me keeping it. So this is the Midhaven Mission. Beautiful artwork again. You can see how big these cards are. Like, they are ginormous. This one here, I think it's pronounced Palace Strategy. And we have Jupiter, growth. There you go. So look at this, it's a monster. All right, so here is the guidebook. Again, still in perfect condition. Just to give you an idea. So I just opened it right on here. It says Vesta, devotion. Was this from, I think this is one of the cards that I just, actually no, this was on one of the symbols of the cards I just grabbed. So just to give you an idea here, that's what it looks like. It says inspiration, become focused, protect the flame, be devoted, gather around a fire. So it gives you the oracle message here, and then it also gives you the astrology here. And I believe I saw affirmation. So the affirmation for that is, I have a depth of focus. And the stellar reflection question is, to what am I utterly devoted? Page number 47. Here's another one, second house, resources. So let's just get some little information here. So it says inspiration, value yourself, feel abundant, live a life of richness, allow for the flow of resources. There's again the oracle message, the affirmation, I am worth it. And stellar reflection question, what are my most prized possessions? Page number 79. And the last one I'll show you here is the square. This is tension. Work through the stress, focus on reconciliation, be in action, overcome obstacles. The affirmation is, I will persist. And the reflection question is, how have life challenges helped me actualize who I am? This is page number 113. All right. So again, this will be available on my Etsy shop. And we are going to move on to the next deck. The link again will be in the description if you're interested in purchasing. And I have not updated my Etsy shop just yet, but once it is updated, the link will be available in the description. It'll also be in the posts on my page, so you can just go ahead and take a look there. And yeah, on to the next deck. All right, so the next deck we have are the Archangel Oracle cards. There are 44 cards. Again, this is typical for Oracle decks. And, ooh, these want to come flying out. Okay, there's something so already on the inside of the box. Forgot about that. It says, Archangels of love, please touch my heart with peace and serenity. Show me how I can do my part to spread your light joyfully. So here are the cards, and of course it comes with a guidebook as well. So let's just look at the cards first. So this is the artwork on the back of the cards. Glossy finish. We'll just look at the one at the bottom here. So it's Archangel Samuel. Choose harmonious responses. Act with wisdom and grace. There we go. And it's a little glossy. Hopefully you can see it. Let's see. Archangel Gabriel. Shimmer with diamond light. Express your creativity. Let's see if I can get this in focus here. There we go. Archangel Christiel. Connect with unicorns. Receive the white ascension flame. I've been seeing unicorns a lot lately. Let me see. I'm trying to get this in focus here and also get the glare out. All right. And we have Archangel Bokpi. I haven't heard that name before. So it says, it is time to fly. Listen to your intuition. Again, beautiful artwork on all of these decks that I have that will be on my Etsy shop. Just finding another home for them because I haven't really been using them or connecting to them the way that I thought I would. This one here, Archangel Rachiel. Enter higher planetary service. Be a blazing light. Again, beautiful artwork. And that is the Oracle deck. Let me just give you a look at the guidebook. So it comes with a guidebook. And most guidebooks have like spreads and things like that, or it'll give you some information. So the last one we just looked at, Archangel Bokpi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So here we have it. You can see. And it says, just as an example, it gives you guidance. It says that he is the angel of birds and is a seraphim who does not have a specific etheric retreat over earth. It says, choosing this card reminds you to look at yourself, your patterns, and your behavior. Are you squawking like a gull, or are you singing with joy like a song thrush? Okay. Then there's Archangel Jewels. Align with the highest, go with the flow. Let's see if you can see that here. Yeah. I don't know if there's any, I don't think there'd be spreads or anything like that in here, like there would be. But there's the table of contents as well. Not sure if you can see that. An introduction. What are angels? What do they look like? How can angels help me? Do I have a guardian angel? Can my guardian angel talk to someone else's guardian angel for me? Connecting to angels. What are the archangel principalities, thrones, powers, cherubim, seraphim? So it really goes into a lot of detail here. And then, of course, the archangels. There's another one, Archangel Amethyst. Purify your life with love. Prepare for something better. All right, so again, as I mentioned, this will be available on my Etsy shop. And on to the next onto the next deck. There's about 2 more decks. Again, the link for my Etsy shop will be in the description, where you can peruse the other decks that are in this video. And if you choose to take any of them home, I hope you enjoy them and find use for them. So on to the next deck. Okay, so we're back with another deck. This one, all black. All right, so this is just standard tarot deck. Again, no frills with this one. It says, Your dream will come true. Deluxe tarot card set and booklet. This one is kind of unique because I never really used it for like readings or anything like that, but I mainly used them as tools of divination, but not really in the sense like of a reading, just kind of like the energy of the card. Like you need to just pull one card and the energy surrounding that card. So I'm just going to give you a little view of the artwork. And inside, let me actually just show you the box. It's actually like a little magnetic box, so it's cute. It's like, it's magnetic. And inside the box, it says, find your path to spiritual growth and connect with your intuition. So it's really pretty. Like aesthetically, it's very pretty, but in terms of, I guess, if you're familiar with decks, you might want a little more from it. Depends on what your intentions are. This is the artwork on the back of the deck, gold and black. It's very, very pretty. And then the actual cards themselves, that's where it gets a little tricky because the artwork itself is a little, you know, because it's black and gold, you're not really getting a lot of detail there. But again, depending on what you choose to use them for, if they're like props, so if you want to just use them for like pickup piles, or if you just, you know, because they're kind of, I don't know, I've never shuffled these before. Wheel of Fortune and Magician. So yeah, standard 78 card deck. And it comes also with a booklet. It's a tarot reader. So as the reader, well, it tells you how to use the cards here. It says, finding meaning in tarot cards sometimes takes a little while, but they will become more and more exciting and revealing the more you use them. So yeah, there's some more information here. Not really any like spreads or anything like that, because again, this is like a no frills kind of deck. There's a lot of pages for writing, so you can just maybe write the cards or the messages that you get from any of your readings that you use those cards for, any of your intentions, anything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Very aesthetically pleasing. And it will be available on my Etsy shop. The link will be in the description. And for all the decks that you see in this video, the link is in the description for my Etsy shop, and they will all be available there. They are not yet posted, but once you check the description, they should be posted. And on to the final deck for now. On to the next one. All right, so we have our last deck for the video, and this is the I Ching. So this is ancient Chinese divination. I did not open this box at all. As you can see, it's still completely wrapped. I bought it with perfectly good intention. I just didn't want to get into, specifically when I look into other cultures and things like that, if I feel a calling towards it, I will purchase it. But I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't really get around to really researching this as much as I'd like to before I use it. Some people don't really care. I mean, just with other tarot decks, other ones that even I've purchased and I've heard other readers purchase, that, you know, they feel a connection to it, they'll buy it and they'll use it. They won't even look at the guidebook. So that's been my situation for several decks that I have. I've never looked at the guidebook, looked at the spreads, anything like that. I just read off of it intuitively. But I feel like once I get back into that I will look further into the guidebooks and try out a couple of the spreads. But I'm very much more of an intuitive reader. So when I just pick up on the energy, pick up on the messages, whatever my spirit guides, ancestors, whatever they're giving me as messages, and my own intuition, I just give that as the message. So angels, whatever you connect to, the messages kind of come through there. But because this is kind of a little bit more specific, so what it says is that it comes with the 3 coin set. So there's 3 coins that go along with the I Ching, and also 64 hexagram cards and an instruction guide. So I'm just going to read the back of this. So it says, this beautiful kit is the ideal introduction to I Ching. the ancient Chinese art of divination. Gain practical and spiritual guidance in life through learning how to cast the coins and read the potential 8 trigrams and 64 hexagrams that result. With learned meanings for each hexagram, this is a wonderful look at this timeless divination system. You will discover the history behind the oracle and the way that it has been consulted over millennia. This modern way of connecting with it uses cards to easily access the name and meaning of each hexagram, enabling you to gain guidance from the I Ching. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert maybe a couple images online that I can find, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. I didn't want to open it just for the purpose of showing it, especially if I'm going to offer it on my Etsy shop, which I will be. Link will be in the description. As I mentioned, it's something that I purchased with intention, but because this is very specific culturally and the sort of things that it includes, I really wanted to take time to like research it and understand it before I used it, and I never really got around to doing that, and I'm not feeling the same connection to it anymore. So that is the reason that it will be available on my Etsy shop if you would like to purchase it. And as I mentioned, I'm going to just insert at the end of this video a couple of little, not the end of it, when I finish talking, or maybe I'll just put it up in the little corner. Just what some of the cards look like. I'm familiar with what the I Ching looks like, but just in case anyone else has never seen that, or also the contents of this actual kit, then it'll be available. So we are at the end of the video. Timestamps will be available if you want to, if you come from my Etsy shop and you want to see any of the other decks that I have available. And that's pretty much it for now. So thanks for tuning back in. There'll be other content available on my channel coming soon, but I wanted to just update the channel with the decks that are going to be available on my Etsy shop. So thanks for watching, and hope y'all are doing well. See you again soon.